it was perfectly fine. When I lag tested Frito, we literally couldn't even start the lag test because the game couldn't get through the countdown without the lag stopping us up. So I think it was pretty safe to say that the lag was being caused by Frito, and he was DQ'd. Up next, though, we are going to get right into Sebayeee versus Sytonix.
Yeah, and this one is going to be really good. So we still get the Game & Watch. We don't get to see the Mega Man gameplay, though, but Sytonix on Ken is a treat. I'm sure most of the people watching the stream know Sytonix pretty well, though.
All the A and G homies know that he basically wins every single hardcover because he won't let anyone else have his crown. So right off the bat, Sebayeee making really good use of Game & Watch's up B as a get off me option, if you will, while Sytonix is pressuring his shield.
Man, absolutely, it's such a good get off me tool. It's unfair that Game & Watch gets to have that, but I absolutely love abusing it. Game & Watch, one of my pockets, so much fun to play.
Yeah, so right now Sytonix off to a bit of a slow start. But both of them are off to a bit of a slow start, just trying to get percent where they can. Sebayeee making sure that he can't pull off any strings. Sytonix making sure that he hits a Shoryuken out of literally nowhere, but Sebayeee, obviously having played Sytonix quite a few times, does know the proper DI, which is, for your information, ladies and gentlemen, down and away. Do not DI straight down.
Yeah, but it didn't stop him from losing his stock pretty quickly there. Anyways, Sytonix able to hit him with another Shoryu to take that first stock and hanging on to 95% here. Look at the extra credit though, already starting to build a lead.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much extra credit Sytonix manages to get, just anything is good for Ken, but he's going to connect with the F smash and almost take the second stock already. And that could have been it, but Sebayeee properly DI'd it and escaped from that string, managing to get back to stage safely and re-engage in neutral.
Oh no, dash attacks right into the Dragon Fist. Sytonix now up 3 stocks to 1 off the back of another Shoryu. And that DP is strong today.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Sebayeee. The way that Sytonix is playing right now, he's basically got Sebayeee exactly where he wants him. Just needs like 1 or 2 more strings to get him closer to kill percent, and that'll be it. Sebayeee finally connecting with the down air off of the recovery to get the first kill of the game, but with him being at 89%, 90% already, Sytonix, it just needs just whisper in his ear, and that's going to be it.
Sytonix just keeps hitting with that roundhouse kick. I don't know how many more of those Sabayeee can take, and oh man, the fire Shoryu to finish it off. Sytonix taking game number 1 over Sebayeee.
Yeah, that those Shoryus are certainly a thing that Ken can do. There's really not much to say. Anyone who's played against Ken knows what's coming, because those can, depending on your character, it can kill you as early as 60% without proper DI. It's insane that Ken has such a strong option that he can just pull out. He doesn't even necessarily have to do setups into it. He can just straight up raw Shoryu you out of nowhere and get the kill. That being said, we are going right into game 2. No rest for the weary. We are going to see Final Destination as our second stage for this set.
All right, they were fast on the swap, and game number 2. Sabayeee needs a real big bounce back here. And good start. I mean, 50% right off the bat. Look at this, chaining into that nair. Much better start this time. Can he keep it going is the real question, though. He's trying to keep Sytonix at bay with liberal use of that forward air. Bomb's not always the most reliable tool in Game & Watch's kit, though. Kind of has a pretty weird hitbox, and of course,
I think Bomb. Sorry, excuse me. I think Bomb is a really good tool against Ken specifically, though, because most characters usually just have the ability to neutralize it with like a frame 7 nair or something like that, because Bomb just shatters when you breathe on it. but with Ken not having as many of those options to pull out, bomb can be a really, really good tool to keep him at bay. And catching the F-tilt chair right there, I guess he's joining Ken's martial arts. They're going to go pro wrestling now, giving him the chair.
Nearly a shield break, though, as Sytonix able to continue that pressure and turn it into his stock. And yeah, you're absolutely right, because Ken having to deal with that bomb, he's probably going to have to go for like an unsafe side B if he really wants to deal with it with ease, which can set him up for some serious punishment. Nice job down throw into that Shoryu, and Sytonix definitely back in business.
So right now, they're pretty close to even, despite how, I don't want to say far away, but despite how much of a blowout that first game was, Sabayeee is doing a really, really good job of adapting to the really dangerous options that Ken has at his disposal and using his tools as Game & Watch to cope with them. That being said, he just got caught by a raw Shoryu, and that was the stock at 80%.
Yeah, Sytonix once again reclaiming that lead with his big burst option, but Sabayeee almost finding it with the turtle. That back air wasn't quite able to get the job done. Up smash will, though. We're still mostly even.
So right there, they're both, yeah, like you mentioned, even stocks, almost even percents. Sebayeee just doing what he can to keep Sytonix away while building up percent. Because if he lets Ken get in close at 34%, one string literally could kill.
Ooh, a little bit of parry action here.
Catching this focus, but because Sabayeee was in the air, it wasn't able to get the stun, which would have been fatal right there. And the Barry F smash, that is going to do it right there. Sabayeee takes game 2 and moves on into a game 3 scenario. Is that our first? I'm not 100% sure, but I think that might be our first game 3 of this phase.
Yeah, for us, yes. That was a nice bury into F smash. Sabayeee just executing perfectly.
So right there, Sabayeee did a really, really good job of reading Sytonix's approach option in order to catch him with the down smash and finish off that stock a fair bit earlier than he would have been able to otherwise. It really just neutralized all those dangerous options that Sytonix had to throw at him. And with that, he was able to take the win in Game 2 and take us to a Game 3 scenario, despite how dominant Sytonix was Game 1.
It's not like Sytonix fell off a cliff in Game 2 either. That came down to the wire for the most part. And yeah, Game 3 team.
So I really just want to commend the adaptation shown by Sabayeee. He took from getting blown out Game 1 to bringing it down to the wire in Game 2. So let's see what he can do in Game 3. Both of them a little bit reluctant to approach, especially on a stage like Town and City. I think Game & Watch has the advantage here, so I'm wondering why Sytonix took us here, because Game & Watch being able to carry us, Ken off the side using his back air chains could be devastating to any of Sytonix's stocks.
Ooh, Sytonix looking for that down tilt in the Shoryu, doesn't quite find it. And Sabayeee breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief, getting out of what was almost certain death.
One thing that I'm betting, look, I can't even see the bans right now, but the first ban against any Ken player is Yoshi's story. You do not want to take a Ken to Yoshi's story.
Oh, you mean Ken's story? Yeah, no, absolutely not. And look at that, Sytonix is catching Sabayeee on that getup, really making him pay. Sabayeee didn't really have a whole lot of options to get away though, and
making him pay for existing.
Yeah, making him pay for just daring to pick the abomination that is Mr. Game & Watch.
He's making him pay for daring to make it this far in bracket. Sytonix just, again, connecting with more and more damage while Sabayeee is struggling to get in close. Game & Watch does have a few ranged options, but none of them really make much of a difference in this situation. So he really needs to figure out a way to get in close without Ken being able to convert into an easy kill.
Sabayeee falling behind so far right now, too. He absolutely needs to find this stock on Sytonix, but it's just proving to be extremely difficult for him. Up air, not going to really lead to anything. Sytonix still holding on to this first stock, still racking up that extra credit.
Being at 142%, especially on a stage like Town and City against Game & Watch, is no small feat. I believe a back air even would have killed, but catching the forward smash is going to finish off the stock right there. But with 78% of extra credit, Sytonix just needed that one F smash to finish off Sabayee's stock, and they're going to be even percents, but anything but even on stocks right now.
Yeah, that's a nice F smash you have there, Seb, but I've got a good one too. Sytonix as he goes back up 2-1, and Sebayeee really needs to dig deep if he's going to bring this back at all.
Doing a fantastic job right now of just building up a whole lot of percent, but Sytonix really just, all he needs is one double down tilt into Shoryu, and that might be the game.
It really might be. Ooh.
And that's going to be it. I believe that's it. No, he's going to barely survive.
Next one will kill. Good back throw. Setting up for the win here. Sytonix going to wisely back off. Doesn't want to get too over-aggressive.
He has an entire extra stock to play with. If I were him, I would be perfectly fine with getting over-aggressive. That, he didn't even lose the stock right there to aggression. It was just an untechable stage spike. But all he needs right now is maybe just an F tilt close to blast zone, and that's going to be it for Sebayeee.
Yeah, but look at what Sebayeee is going to be able to do here. I mean, we saw it on the last stock. He went on a huge percent run. In the blink of an eye, he had Sytonix up into the 80s, so Sytonix really, it's struggling to get back down to the ground, getting juggled by that up air, and now Sebayeee going on a big run to try and close this out, but Sytonix digging deep, finding the Shoryu to take the win in game number 3. Well done by him.
Yeah, fantastic showing from both players, but Sytonix just controlled most of the interactions in that set right there. That being said, you guys know the drill. We are going to hop to a brief intermission while we get the next set up.